Jay Maratatu. Hello and welcome to Celtic Roots Radio, coming to you today from Belfast, Northern Ireland. Celtic, folk, folk rock, Appalachian, bluegrass, Scottish, Irish, Breton, Cajun. If it's Celtic or roots music you like, you'll find it here on Celtic Roots Radio.
And ugly. No way. Will you still be proud to call me a man? Will you love me when I'm fat, bold and ugly? Still be dreaming of me, take me as I am. Woo! Come follow me down to the river. See her reflections in the water. Do you see a young man and his darling wife? Oh, an old man and his daughter. Sour grapes and withered roses, varicose veins and halitosis. Would you be ashamed to hold my hand? Will you love me when I'm fat, bald and ugly? Will you still be proud to call me a man? Will you love me when I'm fat, bald and ugly? You still be dreaming of me, you take me as I am. Oh yeah! Woo! For the time, this plays some wicked tricks. As the years go slowly by, he clips your wings and locks you in a cage. Tells you that you've grown too old to fly. Sour grapes and withered roses, varicose veins and halitosis. Would you be ashamed to hold my hand? Will you love me when I'm fat, bald and ugly? Will you still be proud to call me a man? Will you love me when I'm fat, bald and ugly? You still be dreaming of me, you take me as I am.
Hello badges, we're back again on our Celtic Roots radio show. I'm Raymond McCullough in Belfast with more great new Celtic and rich songs and tunes, and a wee bit of crack for myself as well. We started the show off with the song Will You Love Me When I'm Fat, Bald and Ugly from the Borders in South Australia, and with more great music coming in a wee minute. Our show this week is sponsored by my new non-fiction book from Precious Oil Publications, Oh What Rapture? Is the secret rapture going to spur believers from the tribulation to come? If you thought believers were soon going to be lifted out of a worsening world situation, be prepared to meet an exciting challenge head on. You can buy the paperback edition from Amazon stores worldwide, or get the Kindle edition now for the cost of a cup of coffee. More info on the website, precousoil.com. And please check out our Celtic Roots Cafe community, where you'll find information about our artists and bands, music videos, photos, forum posts and a blog. Just click the cafe button on our main website, celticrootsradio.com. And if you like the crack on our shows, you can read it again at your leisure on our Celtic Roots Crack blog. Find it on the podcast page at celticrootsradio.com. And now you can also read it on Mark Gunn's Celtic Music magazine. As usual, we've received more great comments on the show. So Must Have from Germany gave us a 5-star review on iTunes Germany entitled Sought But Not Found. I've only briefly heard the first 3 minutes and already it is clear to me this podcast must be it. Perhaps it even has something of the Dropkick Murphys. I let myself be surprised. Hope I've got the translation right there. And Dan McCullough from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, gave us a 5-star review on iTunes USA. I love your podcast. It's very entertaining, and there's a wide variety of Celtic music on it. It keeps me entertained while at work. You can't find Celtic music on the radio here in Pittsburgh. Pete Cartwright from Trenton, New Jersey, USA, emailed us. Hey there, Raymond. I hope you're doing okay, as I'm starting to worry about you. I do greatly miss your podcast, both the music and your always interesting commentary. I play pipes in a local pipe band, Tiernan Oak Pipe Band in Trenton. I enjoy all kinds of Celtic Irish music, and your podcast is a wonderful place to hear it. Sláinte. And Jacob Leon Dullier also emailed us. Raymond, my wife wishes I'd never found this show. It's all I want to listen to now. Thanks for providing me with some new music, as well as some of the classics. Keep doing what you do, and I'll keep listening. Wishing you the best from the USA. Well, thanks again to Dan, Pete, Jacob, and So Must Have in Germany. It's great to be appreciated, missed even. Keep on listening, all of you. And once you've downloaded all our podcast shows, you can always tune in to our 24/7 station on Live 365 for even more music, crack from myself, and shows from Mark Gunn and others. Find it on our radio page at CelticRootsRadio.com. Please keep in touch with us through email, Facebook message, Twitter, or our cafe site. We now have 78 ratings on the US iTunes store and 6 5-star ratings in Canada, 35 reviews in the USA and many in other countries. But we always appreciate a new review of the show. And please drop us a wee email to let us know in case we miss it. While you're on iTunes, just enter Raymond McCullough into the search box to find all of our other podcasts. This is Nick Cooke from England, UK, with 2 tunes on the melodeon called Gerry the Frog and Old Noll's Jig. was a Kickin brass band from North Carolina, USA, and a bluegrass song, Hometown. We've been having untypical snow here in Ireland recently, which thankfully has now disappeared. We're not used to extreme weather here, so it always throws us into chaos, not like my friends in Canada, etc. They're always ready for extremes. And the great news is that our little cottage project has finally got official planning approval, so as soon as the weather gets a little warmer, I'll be able to start turning what looks like a glorified garage into a proper home. That should be fun. The stone building was probably erected around the late 1850s, and I've been intrigued to find out more about its history. It's set on its own, beside a couple of thatched cottages with some farm outbuildings, another farm on the other side, and one across the road. Apart from a church across the road which dates back to the 1700s and earlier, and the hall just up the hill from us, these are the surviving original buildings of Lestuder, County Down. There are also the remains of the stable for donkeys and the minister's horse. Other cottages were unfortunately demolished by the landlord many years ago, when the tenants had the cheek to ask for some improvements to their properties. Instead, about a dozen families were all summarily evicted. The school was demolished around then as well. The hamlet has always been a mixture of Roman Catholic and Protestant, right back to the 17th century. We're right on the crossroads of two country lanes, and across from us is a large field, with these two roads and the main road nearby, making a rectangle cut off from other fields. It's called Leggy Curry Field, with the main road crossing the small Killygarton River via Leggy Curry Bridge, just a quarter of a mile from us. In that field are two small disused stone quarries, which may have been used to provide stone for the church and houses in the past, but I have another idea. And we're listening to Son's March intro from James Olin Oden, also from North Carolina, USA, and a member of the band, the Irish Wolfhounds.
Snow was falling at my feet, leaving tracks that follow me down Main Street. Like the imprint in my mind, impressions left of bygone times on Main Street. I see the old time places, familiar lines on faces. Some things have changed, but hard times still remain here, like the wind that blows down Main Street. Wasn't long ago, it seems, I lived the mediocrity of Main Street. Rescue mission, dingy bars, cheap hotels all play a part on Main Street. Places for the lonely, all thinking they're the only ones who face the hard times in the bitter air of the wind that blows down Main Street. What good is a memory if not to tell tomorrow? Which roads to lose, which roads to keep, what to change or borrow. What's to say of crazy days, wandering in the lost parade on Main Street? We came to work and give our backs, just to fall between the cracks of Main Street. 1,000-year-old hero who fell below to zero. With you to say now, don't give up, there are warmer days in this cold buffet out Main Street. What good is a memory if not to tell tomorrow? Which roads to lose, which roads to keep? What to change or
That was Phyllis Sinclair, a native Cree singer from Alberta, Canada, and a song called Main Street. Travel about a mile north or south from Lestuder and you'll come to the remains of two railway bridges from the old Belfast and County Down Railway, which took passengers and goods to the city from both Balnahinch and Downpatrick, Newcastle, and on to Castlewellan and Banbridge. The two lines separated just a mile and a half north of us at a place called Balnahinch Junction. The Balnahinch line was opened in 1858, while the Downpatrick line was completed a year later. The old line used to cross both roads near us on an embankment, which required local stone to be quarried for its construction, perhaps from those self-same quarries in the field next to us, which in turn could mean that our building might have originally been built to house carts and tools connected with the quarry. The Downpatrick, Newcastle and Balnahinch lines were closed back in the 1950s. Incidentally, the other branch of the now defunct line went just behind our present house, on its way from Newtownards to Donaghadee. The only BCDR line still functioning travels from Belfast to Bangor, 2 miles away from our current home. When we first moved here, we explored the old cutting behind our house and recovered 4 ends of the bench seats, the seats themselves having been burnt. Someday I hope to make these into a couple of outdoor benches for our new place. By the way, a couple of miles of the BCDR track has been restored in Downpatrick, so in the summer you can take a steam engine trip on the County Down Railway from Downpatrick Station out to Ballydugan Mill and Lake, maybe have a meal there. Newcastle Station still exists, but no longer a station, but the Queen's Quays terminus in Belfast is long gone. While researching the history of our proposed new home, I learned that although Lestuder is the name of the town land it belongs to, that was not the original name of the hamlet. The farm building next door had a shop cum pub at the end next to us, known as the Cooke, what is known in Ireland still as a spirit grocer. In other words, it sold hardware and groceries to local farmers and kept beer and spirits in the back for those who required them. Stories are told of the local minister having to give stern sermons on the evils of drink after his parishioners had consumed a liquid lunch between morning and evening services. While excavating inside the building and to the rear, I found quite a collection of very old beer, whisky and medicine bottles, several still intact, complete with several glass stoppers. Less than a mile away was another little spirit grocer known as the Hen, now completely gone. So our hamlet was previously known as the Cock Corner and is shown as such in old maps of the area. Belfast's new Titanic Quarter is now the home of a brand new building for the Public Records Office, PRONI, and here I discovered old rates records for our property dating back to 1936, when it was shown as a house and shop until 1957. After that, John McCullough, who could conceivably be a distant relation, presumably got too old to run the shop and just lived out his days in a room at the rear. He had no electricity and had to go to the farm next door for water and to use the toilet, even though there was a perfectly good well behind his house. Before he opened the shop, the building was the original home of Listudder Mission Hall, which still survives in a wooden building just down the street. After John became ill and moved back to his brother's farm on Listudder Hill, the building was inherited by a relative who kept horses at the rear, while her two brothers ran both a car repair and a landscape gardening business from the building. We bought it from this lady in 2007. Quite an interesting little history, eh? And we were listening to the Low Country Boys from here in Northern Ireland, and a lovely tune called Hector the Hero.
Sem fúket og fyrir í fæin að faraka horaka vanar að brúi ekki strúigun jacha að vilja kaju Sem fúket og fyrir að hami að fæin að fúket og fyrir að dáans að vala Sem fúket og fyrir að hami að fæin að fúket og fóin og fyrir gubra Að faraka horaka vanar að brúi ekki bevala Sem fúket og fyrir í fæin að faraka horaka vanar að brúi ekki strúigun jacha að vilja kaju Sem fúket og fyrir að hami að fæin að fúket og fyrir að dáans að vala Sem fúket og fyrir að hami að fæin að fúket og fóin og fyrir gubra Ain't you know where an alni you sheen Nick and know where an alni you sheen Ain't you know where an alni you grew a gaha Farnaga con the roy and the you sheen Oh I'm a wee and I'm a wee a Javier should know I'm my and I'm my and Javier should know Met the let and do let a baba was a cune Come on here at a gear grind Chain at a vote of a false me Chain at a vote of a false me Chain at the vote hung gilly boy Keep it a noise gonna false like me Oh I'm a wee and I'm a wee a Javier should know Oh my and I'm my de Javier should know Met the let and do let a baba was a cune Come on here at a gear grind
That was Andrew McFayden, a Gaelic singer from British Columbia, Canada, with the Oatfield Weaver Set. And we finish with a rock song from the Partland brothers from Ontario, Canada, and Take Me to the River. Take it easy now. Slant.
Come run with me through the fields, the hills, the valleys, to the sea. But you got to believe this time it's for real. It's got the moves, the sound, the heart, and all that I feel. You got to believe, yeah, you gotta let it go. We gotta find out who we are before it's too late to know. Will you help me to see? I point to where you think you know our love should be. I wanna believe. Take me to the river. Let it roll, let it flow. Pour love all over me. Yeah, take me to the river. Let it roll, let it flow. Pour love all over me. Come on, give it to me now, yeah. I need you to take it to me, shake it through me now. Love that's inside, well, there stands a man. Well, he got nothing but light in the palm of his hand. You got to believe. Take me to the river. Let it roll, let it flow. Pour love all over me. Yeah, take me to the river.
Well, that's all we have time for on this show. Remember, you can find out more information about the artists and songs played on the show on our website at CelticRootsRadio.com. And if you're an independent artist and you'd like to hear your music played on this show, again, you'll find details on our website. That's CelticRootsRadio.com. Tune in again next week to Celtic Roots Radio. I'm Raymond McCullough, coming to you from Ireland. Slán agus Banna Dia.